No, that's the map that we ended on last time. The combat was over.
Oh, there was initiative still open on
Yeah,
level 20.
Yeah.
We beat the Gemini, we rescued the guy, rescued our Pathfinder, and we were discussing how long of a time skip to take between missions. Funny enough, we wanted to wait for you and Greg to be part of the decision, but obviously that didn't work out. So what do you think?
Here.
Our usual... Well, yeah, but the idea was to wait for the time skip until we had everybody, and now we have nobody. So what do you think? Our usual 2 weeks?
2 weeks makes sense.
Alright.
How much XP did we get?
It was posted in the chat. It's in the Skype.
We'll get it to it in a second.
I can look it up if you'd like.
I would appreciate that.
Hang on, I got you. You don't have to scroll that far back, but I got you.
Well, I'm still getting my sheet open. I had 13 XP from the last time. I didn't use.
Oh, woot. Always nice to have a few big to boost your rolls.
There you go.
Ooh! And a force point.
Yep.
Yep.
Did we capture the Gemini?
No, they got away.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like for defeating a
They dropped a building on themselves and jumped down the elevator shaft, so we couldn't chase them.
yeah, but for defeating a combatant like that.
it's always the elevator shaft.
Yep.
Okay. And what are our options for what we're doing next?
Space Force, Neo Deathwatch, Endgame. General consensus at the last time this came up was, since Neo Deathwatch is most likely able to affect the other two, probably should do them first.
Okay.
That also gives us more time to get a few more ships for Space Force.
Yes.
Which reminds me, I wanted to tell people as a group, but again, nobody showed up. Side mission rolly thingy has heard y'all's complaints. We have a Star Destroyer.
Wait, what?
We managed to capture... It's the slightly smaller version, but it'll still hold its own against the big one. We managed to capture a Star Destroyer.
Yes!
Yeah, for that particular thing, you guys beat the FO by like 89, so it's like, okay, that deserves a chance at some big stuff.
And based on the prisoner rescue rolls and stuff, we in theory have enough people that we can train them to crew it, so that's going to take a couple weeks. Which, again, we're time skipping 2 weeks. That's enough time to, in theory, train them up.
I mean, for basic.
Yeah, basic operations.
I'm not going to give them Maquis dice for that for 2 weeks.
No, I'm not just talking. They can move the ship without crashing into something.
Yeah.
Well done.
Again, obviously, I want to give them more time to get up to Maquis levels, but we have a Star Destroyer, and we actually can crew it. We're working on getting them good.
I named my father? Yes, I did name my father. Permission to name the Star Destroyer?
Well, that one I want to run by committee.
I want to name it Platai's Revenge.
I have no problem with doing that, but I want to make sure the other two are okay with that.
Yeah, it's like, I like the narrative idea, though.
Oh, do you? Do you like the narrative idea?
Yeah, you're naming it after your father, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's probably too big for that. I suppose we cannot hide it in the aqua base. It's probably too big for that.
I'm going to go run it by what's her name? Sky. If Sky would have any problem. I'm putting on pants to go to Sky's permission.
Trish, it was 20-day build time for the Unwatched class.
That is mean.
I think that's what you told us it's gotten down to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we had done the modular yards where they were,
You're feeling alone?
where we are, building the parts individually and then assembling them versus building the whole thing in the slip. Because you said that was faster.
Yep. Okay. I am putting as a part of my timetable thing then, starting as of now, the
So,
the build.
we captured the Star Destroyer, and Xandor would like to name the Star Destroyer.
Okay.
I would like to name the Star Destroyer Platai's Revenge, which is the name of my father, who was killed by
I
the
think
guy.
they would have started before the time passed, so let me do that. Okay. One's already 70% complete.
So we have 2 and 1 on the way.
So, I'm getting your vote. Thank you.
Okay. 2 weeks.
Hey, Len. Your mom's feeling lonely. She wants you to sleep in her bed tonight. You should. She promised, if you're feeling better, she did promise you once you were not sick that the night in your bed with her, didn't she? Okay. I'll have locked down skies.
These take account to the new distributions, right?
Yeah, these are the new distributions.
then.
Times
You're
2
not-
due to it being 2 weeks.
You hear me? Test 1, 2, 4.
Yeah, now we can
Yep.
hear you. You were kind of muffled before.
Oh, weird. I locked down skies.
Okay. One of the few things she's actually voted on in this campaign.
Well, I just thought it was hilarious that I was suddenly like, did I actually name my father? And I was like, yes, I did. I also forgot that I made it canon that Xandor hatched out of an egg. Because I couldn't find any information otherwise. Hey, look, Eric!
Oh, he actually picked up.
Yeah, I'm off work.
People didn't start picking up till 5 minutes ago, so I wasn't sure.
I was busy with work.
I assumed that's what was happening, and that's why I wasn't making a big deal about it.
I've been on for 20 minutes. And so, Eric,
Yes, man.
I'm currently
Are we recording?
instituting a campaign
Okay.
to name our captured
No,
Star
I
Destroyer
was going to say what
the Platai's Revenge.
Our side mission roles captured 4 of those raiders you love so much, and we captured a Vic.
We captured a
Victory.
Victory Star Destroyer?
Yeah, the smaller ones that can actually land. We caught it when we were doing a fighter raid.
We took it. And you're saying we couldn't do it?
I said we could not take an Imperial class Star Destroyer.
More specifically, it was on the ground already?
Yeah, it was on the ground. But I said we couldn't. I said we didn't have the ability to take an Imperial class Star Destroyer. The Vic we can totally crew.
And I'm going to name it Platai's Revenge because that's the name of
That's the
Xandor's
only
dad.
Star Destroyer that I know is the Victory.
No, you have the
Added Star Destroyer.
you have the Imperial class Star Destroyer, the ISD 1 and 2, which is the normal one. And then you have the Victory Star Destroyer, which is looks like the normal one, but is like somewhere between half and 3/4 the size, and can actually land.
Oh.
But But they look almost identical, so it's kind of hard to tell
They
them
look
apart.
so freaking identical.
Yeah. Depending on who's doing the art, the Victory has those weird little wings on it.
I mean, that's cool.
But yes, we now officially have a Star Destroyer.
I'd still rather have one from the Republic. That we could just have a carrier.
Well, I mean, it is a carrier. I mean,
I mean, like, its only purpose was a carrier. The Star Destroyers after the Republic were
well, I mean,
all purpose.
we could change it. I mean, I was told one capital ship with atmospheric capability. I chose the Vic because you guys were asking for a Star Destroyer.
I was just joking about Star Destroyers. Like, I only go take one. I'll totally take one.
Though, honestly, it has the same carry capacity as the Republic Venerator.
Yeah.
So,
I just wanted a Venerator. I don't know why.
So it's a Victory Class 1 Star Destroyer?
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was really struggling to decide to hop into the call. Today is the day that DMZ came out. It's been a struggle between my nerd and my gamer.
Science is
I want you to know that friendship won out.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
But, so, I want to name the Star Destroyer Platai's Revenge. Because that's the name of my dad, who was murdered by the admiral of the fleet that we're going to go take the Star Destroyer to fight.
Well, the more specifically, it's the... Anyway, yeah, it's not Silver, it's the other guy.
Yeah.
I'd say that one, Eric, for the record. It didn't work, but if you click on it, it'll still take you to the image.
Unauthorized. Yeah, it won't take you to the image.
Okay, then I'll just do it the hard way. Is that unauthorized too?
Yep.
Well, fuck them then.
I regret turning on the code for a moment there. I'm not against that name, but I'd rather name one of our custom-built capital ships that. Does that make sense?
Well, as long as it's whichever ship we're going to ride on.
Well, that's the thing.
We all get a ship.
My goal was to give each one of us our own one of the Amwas classes to command.
Oh, okay.
So you could name it, your Amwas class that if you like, because, I mean, if you want to be the guy commanding the Star Destroyer, that's also an option, but...
Well, whichever position you feel that I would be best suited in.
Well, I mean, the thought was you get to pick your ship. That was...
Oh. Okay.
And assuming the other guys on the council had no problem with you having it.
I don't care which ship I'm on, as long as it's named that.
The wisdom of the council.
Council spoken.
I'd say the Star Destroyer felt a bit overkill for the intelligence guy, but... Since everybody was all like, we want a Star Destroyer. I'm like, fine, I'll get you.
I will say it's never that I wanted the Star Destroyer. It's just I knew that we could take one.
Take
And I just
42?
wanted to just hook
There we
one
go.
up.
I knew we could take one in space. I didn't think we could actually board it and actually take it because again the number of bodies. Okay. But unless you have a problem with it, Eric, we decided on a 2-week time skip.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. You just double check something.
That blaster creation just, really has a hard time going.
Oh yeah, that's what I ended up doing. Instead of increasing my strength, I made it where I have 9 dice in Brawl. 9D plus 1 in Brawling. And Power Armor is 5.
Well, those power cells are moving along nicely. Sensor resolution still didn't do shit. Burst communications barely moves.
Is it 90 plus 1 like the best in the system? Or is it second?
Sector is double digits, I remember that much.
I think it's like 10.
Yes, I think Sector is like 10 to 13.
Yeah.
Because I remember my Gunslinger falls into that category.
9 is like, was it the region, the step above Sector?
You're one of the, I think you're in the one of the best on the planet category. Damn, Hardened Shields only got up to 1. Enhanced Particles got up to 2.
I just want to say I am taking the effort to do some strength training during this time skip.
God damn it, they missed it by 2 points again.
Wait, as long as you're keeping track of your own trained time to make sure that it matches up to what you're eventually going to be putting points into, go right ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm aware. By the way, I don't know how much time that actually needs to be though. I'm at 3 dice plus 1. I got 3 dice plus 2. Otherwise. Also, I just realized, if 10 is best in Sector, then... Oh man, I'm already the best tracker in Sector! Specifically tracker.
Here's the thing for training time.
So, off topic, one of my State Farm agents from back when I was at Hearst, I called him and asked him to write me a letter of recommendation for my interview tomorrow.
Hold on. We are on. Just
we are
so
recording.
You know.
Oh, oops. Doesn't matter. It's my old something from my old. He wrote me. He had told me. He had asked me to. He said if I wrote it for him, he would read it and make a couple tweaks. He ended up writing a beautiful letter for me, and I'm about to cry. Like it's.
Did he serenade you or something?
Yeah, kind of, pretty much. Like, this is something that is like, I'm gonna be. I think it's going to be something that pushes me over the top to get this position, and.
Okay, since I actually looking at the time stuff, looks like it may not have the attribute thing. Let me get it proper. Let's see. In terms of planning and such, in terms of mission and what have you, unless you guys just want to float around with a Vic bombarding any enemy encampment.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'd rather save that for when we're doing endgame, because then we can have it, floating around bombing those fobs around the ring.
Cool. Also, my standard question of what are people wanting to do during the time pass? I understand our resident Yappy is going to get swole for part of the time.
Can I spend time working with what's his face?
Your yeah, is that your former master there?
Yes.
Woohoo! I'm gonna have 4D and Sons.
Yeah, so you're gonna be spending a good chunk of time up there on Crystal Planet, getting familiarized with that because I did some horse training and it's a lot easier up there. Gonna have to spend some time getting people familiarized with the Vic, which probably means pulling in some favors from both our shipyard director and Eclipse to get some actual first order guys who actually know how these things work to help train the people up.
Yeah, Eclipse can definitely give you guys trainers. That is not a problem.
And I specifically need Sotol for training up the gunners and their troop complement.
Okay.
Gonna spend a little bit of time trying to check in with the other Mando, see, since we're getting ready to do Death Watch. So we're trying to get some updates from him and letting him know we're in a position to try and help with that now if he would still appreciate the assistance. And put feelers out to check in with Hawk just to see where he is on his side project that I know you're still working on, but I'm indicating I'm dedicating the narrative time to at least,
Okay.
even though I know that is plot blocked.
Yeah, I'll have information for you once I have information for you.
Exactly.
Now, I'm going to be adding the attribute things to the spending CP thing, but to answer your question, Eric, it is 1 week per character point spent.
Oh. That also reminds me, Eric, since you had expressed interest in this as well, since we're assigning ships, did you want an Amwas like I had intended, or do you want one of the Raiders since you were kind of thinking those were cool too?
What we've made. I just found it funny.
Okay.
Mention the fact that it's not worth getting the Raiders after for so long. Finally have Raiders, and you're just like, worth it.
I mean, they're still worth it. We can actually help the pirates with them if nothing else.
Can you repeat that part?
As I have nothing else, we can help the pirates with them. They're great for commerce rating.
I could do it. I'll take command of a Raider and go be a pirate for a while.
There you go. A great chance to put some yappies up there, get them, try to get them over their space phobia.
Take a look at doing that. You haven't done it with me yet.
Well, you do okay in controlled, actually working ship environments like the Kaital.
Yeah, but that's also because I decided to not think about it. I distract myself with the gym that we conveniently have in Kaital.
I'm just saying, the attempt at immersion therapy might help.
I agree. I'm just saying. Also, it's just specifically me. I'm pretty sure it's not all Yappy are afraid of space.
Well, I don't know. You're the only one he's met.
No, because the other Yappy was afraid of space.
Yeah, the other one we...
That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, keep in mind, your particular group kind of had a traumatic experience with space.
So yeah, probably take some time to get them acclimated to the idea of a ship first on the ground, then probably flying in the atmosphere where they can still look out the window and see clouds and stuff, and then once they're comfortable with that, maybe take them up to like low orbit. away from Space Force. We don't want them accidentally triggering Space Force.
Okay. Well, what I'm about to say that'll happen during the time pass may influence that.
Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and will be the Yappy pirate that I meant to be of a Raider.
We'll get him a hat, a really big one.
Okay. At what point during the time pass would you be being a pirate?
If we're trying to get them acclimated, that would probably be towards the end of the 2 weeks.
Okay. In which case, starting starting at the beginning of week 2, they well, first off, your planetary sensors would have detected. Bring this up over here.
He's here.
No shit.
Get that way. We're going into horror films when you say it that way.
Does this have any? Of course. Would have detected the fire core at long range. However, since your sensors are detecting it, it is not matching what intelligence said it was.
I don't hold that against them. It rarely does match what, no matter what intelligence service you're dealing with, it very rarely matches what they tell you.
But more importantly, and I will get to what it is in a moment. Right there. It is sitting. It's on the further bit of your sensor range. But what? Come on, bring up the thing. There we go. Because I need the informations. Excuse me. You're detecting, or rather, the Maquis are detecting the deployment of many, so squadrons of fighter-sized craft. Well, no, it would be freighter-sized craft, like shuttle freighter-sized craft. Heading towards Zenti, though they're not doing any kind of when they get to Zenti. Well, first off, would you guys send any kind of interception forces with something like, say, 50 some odd freighter shuttle sized craft?
I'd probably send the stealth fighters to check it out.
Okay. Okay. At which point they'll report that once the freighters are it turns out that they're like large shuttle freighter sized craft. Once they get into low orbit, they are deploying satellites around Zenti. More specifically, mines.
They're mining the atmosphere.
Well, they're mining low orbit.
Yeah. Okay, that's cute.
This process will take some time, which is why I state that with what they're doing, it could affect your plans to go into space with the Raider Corvette.
Yeah, probably don't want to have them trapped out there. So I guess stick to atmospheric training.
And the Fire Corps is now identified as a Resurgence-class Star Destroyer.
The Fire Corps is, what's his face's ship?
It's the lead ship of the task force.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Are you for real? Is that really a part of the Resurgence compliment? Oh shit! It is. This is something that Oh no! Well, no, yeah, because you were First Order versus.
Yeah.
Okay. The Resurgence class Star Destroyer carries as is the home ship of a light cruiser.
God damn it! What is it with them and having capital ships carrying capital ships?
It's phrased as it could be docked on the nose of Resurgence class Star Destroyer.
Fuck me.
It was also used as a crew transfer shuttle. Why do you need a cruiser for crew transfer? You're transferring too much crew.
We heard your capital ship like ships, so we got it a ship.
And this light cruiser has its own complement of fighters and shuttles.
Oh, of course.
When would it not?
Well, like the Lancer class doesn't. I don't think has any fighter
Yeah,
complement.
there are plenty of capital ships that don't.
But still, wow. Okay.
That's silly. Okay. All right.
Okay. So yeah, that's that is a update. Of course, there is general conflict between Silver's forces and your taken cities, but nothing has been swayed.
Are we looking at
that.
like explosive mines or those kind of mines that shoot you?
Yeah, so like mines versus sentry mines.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. It is a combination.
Okay. So we are temporarily grounded.
Yeah. To be a bit specific, it's between the orbital refinery and the planet's atmosphere, so it's beneath.
Yeah.
It's beneath that. Though that does make that does make things like supply space supply transfer iffy.
I'm not too worried.
Yeah, Wikipedia, give me a number. I need a number. Oh, thank you. That gives me numbers. Thank you, Galactic Empire. I appreciate you, Galactic Empire, for giving me numbers versus the First Order, which gives me vagaries. Okay. It's phrased as carries wings of. And I'm like, what constitutes a wing? Because a wing in, say, in some sci-fis is really like a flight or a squadron. Okay. Okay, so yeah, those are major events.
Have we officially taken over the forge?
No, you guys have not told me you wanted to do any assaults on the forge, though. I believe there was a deal in place with that particular protector.
Yeah, we got the Yappy and they kept the facility.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just noticed that we have a supply line that runs over near it.
That's not a supply line. That's the underground train network we discovered.
Well, I mean, yes, but we can use that for supplies.
Yes, I mean, yeah, we've been using it to move supplies and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It's underground, so.
I think specifically it goes to Micah Loa there.
Oh, okay.
Alright. So, Neo Deathwatch.
Okay. Is that official? I only state that because now I believe we have Eric's vote.
What's that? You changing your mind on that? You seemed okay with it in your last session.
Yeah, no, I haven't changed my mind.
Okay. I just, wanted it to be on record.
Yeah, I totally would go with, let's go deal with the, not Death Watch. Death Watch.
Man, the FO ships would be good for Tonto deployments.
Because that's what we agreed on.
Yep.
Okay. To be clear, the fire core is well outside of your the planetary cannons range.
That was kind of a given.
Oh, that's funky. Okay. Good, that makes it more readable for me. Okay, and for what's going on with you guys, I will have this indicator on the star system. Okay, so, it looks like you have some choices. I know you wanted to get in contact with, I think it was Merskin?
Yeah. To try and help us actually, get that plot narrowed down. Since they've got points all over the map, it's like, okay, which one, we're actually trying to trigger this quest line, so where do we need to go to start the dialogue wheel?
Okay. Reaching out to contact him. I figure any of them would be of value. The one near the near the fob would be the most dangerous.
So you haven't figured out if they have like a centralized or anything yet?
Not yet. I can tell you what one I'm going after at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
If that'll help, you can certainly do whatever you need to do with yours.
All right.
Do you want to know which one he's going at, or are you going to choose your own target?
Let's figure out which one he's at least going to, and then we can decide whether we want to team up or not, or do a different one.
Okay.
I know when we first had proposed this way back before this went really weird, we were going to do the one at Kekihi because I was right next to where we were going for another mission, but then things really went off the rails and we ended up getting diverted.
Yeah. Okay. He's heading. I'm heading. I'm in the area of. Looks like a ruined city in one of the mountain ranges. He's like referencing his material. I think it's Itahi.
Okay. Do we want to team up with him or do our own?
Nope.
Well, the real question is one of them closer to you?
Well, considering where we said we wanted to send Fort Condor over here to Manoa, Ekahi or Halana would be the two closest. Did you have an opinion, Matt, for the team up or not?
It's your decision, Mando. I don't care which.
Teaming up is fine.
Okay. Then we will meet you at Ekahi.
Okay.
And depending on how that goes, we'll send troops to help deal with the other ones. Unless this is one of those missions where you actually have to go to each one personally. I guess we'll figure that out when we get there.
There we go. That should be nice. Okay. Okay, you guys have chosen that one.
Why do I not like the way you phrase that?
Too many damn maps.
We have chosen.
No, we choose death every session. It hasn't stuck yet.
Okay.
Ironically, the other one who's actually come close to death was the medic.
I feel like that was my fault for not being there for the first part of the fight against the Gemini.
No, that was first episode where she was trying to heal that guy while we were getting shot at before we had enough dice to do that.
Oh yeah, there's no helping her at that point.
Condor, you said was going.
I'd say we have since gotten enough dice where she can do that kind of thing.
Over to
She
Manila.
hasn't been here to do it. It's really a sad day.
Come on. No, okay. Let me shift you to be a drawing so we don't have that issue again. Let's draw. Okay. Make sure you guys are going over there. Okay, okay. Oh, sorry, some additional updates. Sorry, I do apologize. Some information you guys would have gotten from Pathfinder Coombs now that you have gotten them. The ghost, his captor, from what Coombs could tell, was out in semi-regular intervals. As far as Coombs was aware when the soldier wasn't either doing things or looking within the area he was captured. They seemed to be gone for days at a time, which immediately applied to this size, I guess, isn't that unusual, but there seemed to be some sort of like external either schedule or checklist of things. Again, he was captured, but it was enough to note that they seem to have some form of regimented, semi-regimented time.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if you're on the Carton, you're going to be going to the ruined area. Right. Is everything on base you're willing to go? I take it you're just gonna kind of want to meet up with.
That was my intention, was just meet up with the guy, unless you guys have a detour I'm not aware of.
Go to. Scroll. Okay. In which case, Birkin is in the mountain range near the ruined city.
Okay.
Is there anything specific about the travel that you're wanting to do?
So I've got my usual kit. Trying not to draw too much attention to our transit, but looks like that's mostly friendly airspace, so that shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay. Feel free to equip yourselves however you'd like them. Oh, roll 20 is being difficult with me. Okay. Are there any other particular NPCs you're going to be bringing with you?
We're dealing with mountainous terrain.
Yeah.
So...
And of course, anyone else can speak up.
Yeah, I'd say, please. Maybe Gin and the Sotal Hunter to help augment Dimitri's ranger skills.
Assuming I'm doing a basic search, I have 10 dice.
Well, yeah, I was thinking more like, things like survival skills and that kind of stuff that, I'm not... I know you got 10 dice in the track. You're probably the better tracker, but I imagine they have other skills you might not have.
8 dice in search, and my equipment gives me another 2 to 3 dice depending on ranges.
Like I said, I wasn't necessarily talking about search. I was thinking like climbing, survival, other outdoor skills.
I have survival and survival jungle, which is 4D and 5D for the specialization.
Okay. Which isn't bad, but,
And other than that, I have 3D plus 1 in strength, so...
Okay. So yeah, we'll grab Gin for her, outdoor skills, because she and Dimitri have worked well together, and the Sotal Hunter chick, because she may or may not have mountaineering experience that the rest of us lack.
Okay.
I mean, you can always go for Yappy. Because I don't recall we actually ever discussed what her skill set is. Besides being what is effectively a Gen 4 Gemini in the making.
In the making, yeah. We don't know if how far that actually got. Her character sheet is redacted.
Okay.
So I just realized something kind of terrifying now that I think about it. With the power armor, I have a bow that can do 6 dice of damage.
Realistically, the string should be able to handle that, but yeah, because they don't take account for the fact that the muscles are stronger than the string. Yeah, you have a bow that...
I have a bow that can do 6 dice of damage.
Because I don't think bows...
1D.
Yeah, because I don't think bows do what melee weapons do, where they have a damage cap.
They don't. It's literally strength plus 1D.
Yep.
That's it.
There you go.
I'm just kind of assuming that you're using some sort of high-tech wire or
It's
string
a
or
Cleveland hunting
something.
bow, so whatever that is.
We probably replaced your bowstring with that thing they use on aircraft carriers.
That.
No. I have the. Where is it?
Okay, this is going to be interesting. Okay, can someone roll me a d6, please?
6.
Oh, really? Okay.
By the way, I'll say this. I believe the bow I have now is basically, like how Horizon Zero Dawn, they have their bows basically made out of wood combined.
Yeah.
Like the parts of the robots.
Your post-apocalyptic techno bow thing, yeah.
I basically had the equivalent of that with Star Wars.
Can you roll again, please?
6 again.
Can you roll again, please?
5.
I'm hearing 6 is not a valid result.
Okay. Sorry, go on.
But yeah, that's the way I think of it. I have like a, not entirely post-apocalyptic, but that kind of style of bow. That's just all metal.
Sounds like a plan to me. Seriously, what happened to the organization on this thing? That shouldn't even be a thing. I don't even know how it does that. Does anyone else have their character sheet and bio tab flipped?
Since I don't have a character sheet in bio tab on my, open office document, yes I do.
I was gonna say,
Point.
You're using Open Office, bro.
Point. There is a point here that I'm hearing. It is one which is good.
Yes, they do appear to be flipped in this game.
Okay.
Okay.
That is weird. Okay, cool. Thank you for the verification. Okay, cool. So, you guys are gonna head to meet up. He's in the mountains as you guys are flying over, and feel free to calculate the time from Manoa.
That's 21.5 thousand kilometers.
The hyperspeed.
Can't hyperspeed an atmosphere, unfortunately. It's 25 and change hours.
Okay, that is going to be a Galactic Standard day.
Woo! Another day on the time tracker.
Another day to D-Day.
Build more. My minions, build!
Yahahaha. Okay. And since you mentioned it, I will in fact add that day. Okay, 75%. If you'd like to know.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys will be.
All I heard is, would you like to know more?
Yep.
You guys will be meaning working in the in a you know, I would say standard, given it's a bit Zenti, you know, standard mountain jungle combination of environment. Okay. I will need a roll for a decent landing zone.
Rolling my piloting. First roll tonight. Let's go. At least we're consistent. 15.
Okay. Sorry, roll 20 being slow. As you are flying over during the day, midway through the day, so hour say 17. You, like anyone near a window on the Kaital, will notice. Will notice pricks, dots rather, seemingly falling from the sky. You'll be able to quickly identify this as blasts from very high up, raining down onto various ground targets. Tandy will quickly report that the known Maquis controlled areas are being bombarded, though it's not being bombarded by we're not talking about Star Destroyer outputs here. So it's kind of like raining down
Is that the sentry mines?
Yeah, she will be able to confirm that the sentry mines are striking ground targets with not optimal power shots, just because, they're not giant turbo cannons.
Once again, the planetary shields, make up for their weight.
Well, there doesn't seem to be any risk of any individual shot getting through. Tandy is calculating that with these shields under constant strain, that the technical crews will need to keep an eye on things.
Yeah. Which, of course, detracts from their side project, but... No, actually, if anything, it helps with their side project, because they're in there anyway. So if you're in there anyway, dealing with the fact that they're under constant strain, you can reinforce them while you're under there.
Well, I mean, if you're modifying the shield generators, you have to trim that. Okay. Oh, no, that's the wrong person. I grabbed the wrong NPC. Okay. There we go. That's the correct one. I know my stiff. Okay. Okay, that's something that would have happened, so I wanted to point out.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up.
I do apologize, guys. I'm going to go ahead and drop.
Okay.
Hey, I knew you'd only have an hour. Again, good luck.
Thank you. With any luck, it's going to be a beautiful thing. Beautiful day. This will be 2 out of 3. There will be one final interview after that, and then hopefully I'll know something. So, alrighty. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay.
Alright. Just keep in mind, Dimitri, if you're dealing with Mandos, that means, it's like dealing with so tall, straightforward, blunt.
So it's like dealing with you.
Yeah,
I can handle that.
Pretty much.
I'm not the sneaky type, I'm much new to sneaking evasions.
I figured it'd be more of an issue for Xandor, I'd have to walk him through it, but he seems to have shut up, so... Not that I expected there to be much talking involved, but if there is...
I mean, I know we're helping this guy, but what exactly are we helping him with again?
Dealing with a group of rogue Mandalorians that have set up shop here that may or may not be helping the First Order. And they seem to be radicalized, from what he was saying.
So shoot first, ask questions later. Got it.
I mean, if the opportunity to ask, 1 or 2 questions comes up, I wouldn't be opposed, but yeah, odds are they'll shoot at us first, and then we'll shoot right back.
That works for me.
And it should be a pretty straightforward seek and destroy unless something goes really weird.
So I just want to clarify, I have 3 weapons, not including what's in the armor. I have my bow. I have the E-web. Our equivalent of the E-web. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the First Order
and I
E-web
have
thing.
a pistol. The pistol set the stun. Clarify that, in case I ever need it.
Okay.
And I'm currently holding the bow. Because why not have a bow sized for power armor in your hand?
What's that? A giant ass bow? It's a war bow.
I don't know what the Mandoa equivalent of bird calls or whatever to let people know that you're at your secret meeting point is, but can we do it? Can we be doing that? I imagine we have some way of signaling each other that we're in position.
Because I just had to say it. I just want to look cool holding a warbow and power armor.
Well, we're in the jungle. Now's your chance to go Horizon Zero Dawn, yeah.
Hey, you bastard, we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, power armor. A giant, a bow the size of me. I think that's the only way I can explain how I can do 6 dice damage.
And that's when the robot dinosaur attacks.
And, yeah.
Go full Turok up in this bitch.
I will Turok this.
Yeah.
I am so glad you know what Turok is.
Yes, I enjoyed that game, thank you.
I wasn't sure if that one was too old for you.
I've been playing games since PS1.
I like that. It's like, dude, I play games.
Turok just barely predates PS1. That's why I wasn't sure.
It also existed on PlayStation 2.
Did he get on the PS2? I only know the N64 and PC.
Turok? No, it showed up on Xbox as well. I remember.
And I know now they have it in, as a retro game that you can get via like the PlayStation Network and stuff.
There was a version of Turok on Xbox.
Okay. So the only one I knew was N64.
Okay.
Yeah, 2008
Okay.
came out on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360.
Okay. I stand corrected. Yeah. That's probably a remaster or something, or a remake.
Honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah. No idea.
I just know that there's a game called Turok with dinosaurs and in the jungle.
Yep.
Man, the Research Class Dinosaur really is it seems to have learned the lessons.
Which is why I'm surprised you didn't use it, sooner.
Well, again, I was trying to represent certain things.
Yeah. And using it now, is appropriate. It's like the ISD sank. Let's get the better one.
Yeah. That being said, Birkin will
Birkin. Fuck.
will alert you.
I know how this is going to go. Halfway through, his daughter's going to get shot, and he's going to start mutating into an eye monster.
For those
Wrong Birkin?
Yeah, wrong Birkin. For those who don't remember, is this?
Hopefully you got that patched up.
It's an old wound that keeps happening. That looks pretty fresh. It's an old wound.
You really need to clean your armor then.
It keeps having to back up.
Oh, he's what's his face from House of the Dragon. Wounds never close; they just get worse.
Yeah. Excuse me.
I'm here. Meant to look intimidating and cool.
Eric, were you wearing your powered armor during the first encounter?
No.
Yes.
Did you have the power armor at that point? When we first met this guy?
We had my power armor for that fight.
Well, we didn't fight this guy. We just met him, but yeah. Okay, I couldn't remember. I didn't think you'd had it that long.
He was on the station. This is the guy that was recovered from the station.
Okay, yeah, you had your power. You had the power armor for the prison.
Okay.
God, I thought that was
power armor since we rescued the Yappy.
Yeah. Again, I thought this guy was further back than that. I forgot he was the prison.
Yeah,
A lot of stuff has happened since the prison, but apparently it was a really short span of time.
I know, it feels like a while.
Woo.
Nah. We decided to add some nitrous to the gas. We went from 0 to 100 pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, we definitely knew this was one of those games that it's going to be, start out really slow, and then when it starts accelerating, it's going to be like, whoa.
Yeah, we're at that point.
We're at that point where we either hit 88 miles an hour or slam into the wall in the mall.
Yeah, I know, right?
No. We're at the point where we're going 100 miles an hour. And you have Costco currently welding on an apocalypse snow cloud and just barrel through whatever's in front of us.
Okay, you went Fury Road. I was going Back to the Future.
Hey man, both of them work. And who says they can't be both?
Back to the Fury.
Fury to the Future.
Yes.
All right, Chief, what do you got?
Well, it's good to see you again. It looks like you've brought, and it looks like he was about to give something kind of like a compliment, and it kind of like trails off when he looks over and notes again.
I know you may not recognize me. My arm is red now. No, no, seriously.
You've brought.
I brought some experts on the terrain just in case.
Ah.
Hey.
Well, it's good to see that most of you will be able to endure the rigors.
Gin has proven herself; she can hold her own.
I'll take your word for that.
Well, hopefully by the end of this, you won't have to.
I'm still sad. I'm just going to look at him disappointed that he's not going to comment on the massive warbow.
We're Mandalorians. We don't really give a fuck about what weapons people are carrying. It's
he was going to comment about the powered armor. That's why I asked about the coverage. Oh, we've seen it once. He's not going to make a big deal about it.
Remember, we're Mandalorians. If we see you carrying it, we assume you know how to use it. Then you use it well.
That's a fair point.
It's like if you're walking around with a bow, presumably you know how to use a bow and make it effective.
Yeah, it's actually kind of terrifying. I have the same number of dice and bows as I do blasters. 7.
So, yeah, what are we dealing with?
How many people are we going to stick the trees today?
I've been tracking a number of a number of supply activities here, and the people that have been conveying it have been most useful. Not that they showed much backbone, but there is a section of the ruins that's having various high technologies sent to, and he'll show you a data pad of supplies. I may not be verse in the particulars of. David's trying to remember. I'll say priesthood for lack of a better term. Looking at the data pad, because he's handing it to you, Crow.
Yeah. Crow will plug it into his gauntlet so he can use the project function so others can read what's on there.
Okay.
Without having to lean over my shoulder awkwardly.
For those looking at them, I could use a technical roll, knowledge roll, or cultures roll. Specifically, Crow, you can roll culture.
It's all the same to me. I tend to get bonus to that. She does.
Yay!
For me, that's not bad. Eric, feel free to roll knowledge, cultures, or technical.
Yep. In your case, I'll need to know which you're using.
Knowledge, cultures, or technical. Well, I have 2 dice and all of those.
What you choose will affect the difficulty. That's why that's why I'm saying I'll need to know which one.
And this is for the Mando stuff. I'll say no.
It's for whatever's on the data coming up on the data pad. He gave me a list of, I think you said supplies.
Yeah.
So it's like stuff they've been bringing in. So I assume it has something to do with looking at the stuff they're bringing in and figuring out what they're doing with it.
I'll just do basic knowledge. 'Cause that's. I don't see where technical would apply for this.
Again, probably figuring out what they're building.
I could roll, but I can't logic a reason.
Yeah.
For Dimitri to be able to do technical.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Never Rory around when we need him.
I know, right? Given that I rolled a 5 and a 6, this is pretty good because I got a second 5. A 16 in total.
Yeah, 16 is pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, so, culture 15, and you said 16 knowledge for you?
Yep.
Okay. The 16 knowledge will be able to identify various components that you recognize as why does it do that? That you recognize as well. First off, base construction materials.
Yeah, we should be very familiar with those at this point.
And it looks like some defensive equipment, blast doors, like building fortification kind of items. Though Dimitri, you do notice the components. The components for, excuse me, or rather the modules for base shield generators, along with sentry energy fences.
Fancy.
What has Birkin concerned, but he's not quite sure if what he's seeing is correct. You, Crow, will be able to identify the requisite components for Mandalorian forges.
Oh. I wonder if we can take those intact. They're expensive to make.
Yeah.
Now I've got apprentices scattered around making more, making the Zeskar. Having the forge, not having to pay for all these forges when we set them up would be nice.
Oh, you're just gonna be a dick on me and do that. Okay, fine. Let's see. We've got 14 millions. Good. Trying to see if there's anything else that you specifically would be able to realize or notice. I can't think of anything extra that you specifically would be able to determine. Yeah, that was the primary thing that was kind of catching Birkin's eye. Because if I remember correctly, the Forger is like a priestess kind of figure.
Yeah, so that was a specific position, yeah.
Yeah.
At least as we see it in The Mandalorian with the guys who turned out to be Death Watch.
Yeah, again, there seems to be a bit of difference there, but again, we're doing our own little thing here.
Yeah. So the fact that they have forges here implies that this is either the main camp or they're doing the Death Watch thing where each cell is its own thing, and we're gonna have to deal with multiple forge smiths. That also means, though, be ready, because they are very good at kicking your ass with a hammer and tongs.
Well, you believe that.
Because this is Mandalore, where everything is a weapon. Even tongs that you wouldn't think were a weapon, but apparently can crush a stormtrooper's skull.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Alright. Well, have you found the base camp yet? You know, I imagine that some of these things would stand out. You know, even with the best camouflage. At least if you're somebody, you know, from the culture that knows what to look for when they're building a insert Mandalorian word here for a base home thing that, you know, Tristan is blanking on, but I remember they have a word for those little fort things they make. The thing that passed for Mandalorian longhouses, kind of.
Yeah. Well, with it being integrated into the ruins, I'd imagine, has made it somewhat difficult to identify. I could find it myself eventually, but since you're here, I believe you have a suitably skilled tracker.
That we do. Handing back his datapad, hit a few things to bring up the map of the region that I imagine Tandy has some kind of map for.
Yeah.
Alright. Turn to my two trackers. Based on, you know, if you were setting up a base, where do you think we should start looking?
Okay, well, you're basically trying to have them identify good base amongst ruins.
I'd say I'm asking the So Tall Chick and Dimitri to figure out where we should start looking.
Oh, okay.
Based on this map.
Okay, yeah.
Since we have a region, you know, it's like, can we narrow it down a little bit, and then they can...
Yasna would be better at that than say again.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that was Dimitri and Yasna.
Okay.
And I don't know what skill Eric has to roll for that, but...
I would say, given what you're trying to identify, either tactics or survival.
I got 40 tactics. I know Tandy has tactics.
So you want me to roll tactics, you say?
Hey, tactics or survival.
Could it be survival jungle? This is a jungle planet after all.
Yes, but you're looking at ruins, so it would actually be, if anything, it would be survival urban.
I'd say ruins, and we're in a mountainous zone.
I tried.
But you do get 1d from Tandy.
Well, 10, 20, 25.
25.
Is your answer.
Okay. You notice that there is a rather defendable spot against the more dangerous flora and fauna and the animals amongst the ruins of the nearby city. Getting there, however, will be rather tricky. That being said, you and Yasa, the mostly you, have been able to determine a good path. Based on what images you have to look at. In the ruins. This particular area of the ruins borders a bit more that of the jungle. So it would be on more of the outskirts.
All right. Well, let's start heading over that way then, and you three rather, can do your thing.
Okay. In order to do the traversal, I will need three survival and or running rolls. You can mix the two.
Survival or running? I'm going to go with running. I'll assume she doesn't buff it. Nope. Sorry.
Well, I'd share that information. That way it's known to everyone.
And then you get to make survival or running rolls as we make our way over there. You said 2?
3.
You said survival or running.
Yep, and you can mix them. One roll could be survival, another roll could be running.
Come on.
Well, since I'm in my power armor, can't I just use my power armor to do it?
You mean the substitute for the running?
Yeah.
Yes. It, of course, would not substitute for survival.
That's fine. I'll just do my running. I assume Tandy can't provide bonuses for us running.
Not for running, no.
Well, it's the same dice no matter what, so I'm just going to stick with running. So I'll have 5d plus 1. Nope. I'm dropping dice. I don't have enough dice to be dropping dice right now.
Okay.
Well, I both fucked up the second roll, but the others are fine.
There's mine for you.
3.
3, and I need to know whether it's running or survival.
You said it was running.
All running.
Yeah,
Okay.
he just didn't give you the third one.
Okay, and okay, Trish's is all running. Okay.
Yeah, Quinlan and I both running.
And there you go.
Okay. Okay. You guys will be able to get from the more jungle area to the to the ruins, to the ruined city rather. Moving through the ruined city, it is clear that the area has been had been in the past struck by heavy bombardment. There are areas of the city which look like were groves, which have long ago been, shall we say, burnt and otherwise blown apart. Excuse me. There are signs of large defensive towers, which are in various states of crumbling. Um, as you move in and start moving through, let's see that and that. Okay. Do you guys have any particular spacing you're doing, or are you just moving as like roughly a group?
Unless directed otherwise by our terrain experts or the other Mando, I'd be I'd be moving roughly as a group.
Okay.
Same here, but with a little bit of distance, just because.
Yeah, I assume you have point, basically, that the trackers have point.
Okay. You'll notice then the occasional the occasional animal that is that is within the ruined city bounds, moving about. There's also plenty of overgrowth. With that, Dimitri, you will be moving quickly enough that with the sudden collapse of a nearby building, sending floors and floors of material in where your path was, you're able to avoid it. Crow, with that 15, the collapsing building kind of just, it's one position where the building kind of like buckles and then begins like sliding like a portion of its mass. It's sliding a portion of its mass down. It hits the ground and is collapsing. Pretty much in the general area that you exist in. You see areas of open face wall with rooms kind of tumbling towards you. Given when this is happening, it is a somewhat disadvantageous position with just how quickly the building has collapsed. What are you wanting to do as this good third of a 20-story building is effectively careening towards you due to its dilapidated state?
I'd like to get the hell out of the way.
Okay. How would you like to get out of the way?
He'd probably look around, run, and start running towards like a smaller patch of like debris and stuff, and try to slide through that so that the stuff collapsing will either get blocked by the other debris, kind of like the whole hide in a log thing,
yeah,
or at least deflected away from him while he's trying to get to actual safer terrain.
Okay. In that case, I'd say either running or acrobatics.
Running it is. I thought dodge, but okay.
Well, you're wanting to run to occasionally slide into it.
Yeah. I'm not saying you're wrong, just not the skill I was expecting.
Oh, double. That is great. That is really nice, actually. As it is beginning to collapse over top of you, casting a shadow onto everything, you hearing and seeing in some cases old tables and wardrobes just collapsing on the ground in various spots around you as you're running through like this raining debris just as a part of the general collapse. You're able to get to another area of debris which you're able to run and dive through as the portion of the building itself collapses more fully as it hits the ground and crumbles into a just tall, massive wall of debris. The debris that you're able to dive into.
Hey! Yep.
That you're able to dive into begins buckling. You are currently in what looks to be the kitchen of what used to be a restaurant. You are seeing along the roof and hearing a crack forming along the roof as the structure cannot permanently bear the weight of the taller building that has partially collapsed onto it.
Yeah, we're just gonna run through that and dive out the since the restaurant presumably large show windows or whatever. Just dive out. Like nope.
Okay. Yeah, with that 25, they were able to run and dive out. Hearing the
grabbing a few napkins on the way through because you always steal the napkins when you're in the restaurant.
Oh yes. Hearing the
And don't forget the straw.
as the larger building collapses, the part of the restaurant it was over, so there's half of a restaurant.
Crow is green, thank you. He brings his own straw everywhere. And it's not just because he can't find anywhere to get a good twisty straw in Zentu.
Also, yes, hi. Please continue.
Yes, welcome.
You got here just in time for us to be climbing the mountain to go find the Death Watch hideout.
I don't know what you're talking about. This ain't mountain climbing. This is going through a city of ruins. I can't identify a reason, actually.
Also, for lulz, for hilarity's sake, our last raid on a fighter base apparently netted us a Victory Star Destroyer.
And everything that's in it.
Except the crew.
So we captured a Vic when he was on the ground.
Yep. It was undergoing repairs.
Look, minor clarification. Are we talking Victory or an actual, honest
Yes, a Victory
Star Destroyer?
The Victory Star Destroyer. Yeah.
Yeah, the Victory class Star Destroyer.
Okay, cool. Because I was going to be... I was going to stare into space for a while. I was like, how the fuck did we get a Star Destroyer?
No.
Oh, shit.
They wanted to steal an actual Star Destroyer, but now we know it's a Resurgence class Star Destroyer, which means it's even less likely we're going to steal it. Because it's bigger.
I don't know what you're talking about. We could do it.
Oh no, it's just more of that. It's like...
Whether or not we could actually drive away with it afterwards is a different story.
But yeah, now we have a Victory class Star Destroyer.
Oh, skeleton for the Resurgence class Star Destroyer is 5,000.
Yeah,
But
skeleton.
anyways, we're going through ruins to sneak up on a Death Watch.
Yep.
Outpost or stronghold?
We're guessing it's a stronghold. The Mando I talked to that we rescued from the prison showed us a list of things they were bringing in, which a lot of it was security features and base construction materials, but among what we saw in there was stuff for making the Mandalorian forges, which, if we go by the Mandalorian TV show, means they have those blacksmith priest types there, so that would say that this is intended to be a pretty significant, hangout.
Yeah, so, okay. Excellent.
I'd say I don't know if there's any additional information you could pull, since one of the things he asked us to roll was technical, and none of us had technical, so you might be able to notice some stuff we didn't, but...
Is there anything necessary that you would think of, David, that would change things at this moment? Because I don't want to interrupt the flow of things too much.
Not that I can immediately think of. I will retroactively ask for a roll if I do think of anything that would be significant beyond just slightly additive.
Does he need to make the running or survival checks to get up the mountain?
Mark mode.
Yes.
Okay.
With the exception of the one that just happened.
Okay. I wasn't sure if he got mark moded through that or not.
Also, as a additional, or maybe further clarification, David, would you like me? I can also just make the exact roll and just keep it on hand, because I can also, because since I did engineering for base building and all that. But I will leave that for another time. So, what was that? Stamina?
Running or survival.
Collapses.
Yeah, and you can mix the
Running
rolls.
That's it.
Yeah, need in your case 2 because you were shipped to the first one.
2.
Yeah.
Noted.
But yeah, Dimitri, you see a surviving crow with just this plume, just walking out of this plume of urban dust from this building that has collapsed.
If he couldn't have gotten away from it, then I would have been disappointed in him as a commander. And as a Mandalorian. Not that I'll ever say it, but I would be. Because he's flown through lava and was fine.
And I was fine here too.
You said 2.
Yeah,
2.
Running and or survival checks.
Yeah, running and or survival.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the collapse of the building, slightly ahead, will be the overlapping sounds of squeaks and chittering. And that's chittering, not Chidori. Okay. There will be a. Would you guys prefer I actually have like a ruin map up, or is this momentary theater of the mind okay for you guys?
I'm good with Theater of the Mind.
I'm good with that so far, until we did otherwise.
Yeah.
I'm fine with cerebral opera.
So, from nearby and slightly nearer ahead of you, again this kind of this like chittering and squeaking noise, as portions of the street ahead and portions of buildings fall away with this scraping noise. Some areas of debris being tossed aside by force. These pieces are rather small. There's movement that your motion sensors can detect. Lots of movement. There's some that your motion detector can't easily discern, as you see movement on mass from upper floors of some of the nearby buildings as a veritable wave of these.
Yee.
I can put it in Skype for you, Greg, since I see you're not in here.
What's up with Zinti and all these really, messed up looking critters?
Well, I mean, we have basically confirmed that Zenti is very much like the Polynesian and Southeast Asian area. So, and that area includes Australia. So,
We're just on Space Australia. Just call it what it is.
we're Space Australia and that general and a very large region of that. So, yes, we have a lot of fascinating and vicious creatures. Oh, by the way, for that, for the running rolls, 32 and then 21.
Okay.
We are Catapan. That's actually a more appropriate one.
Okay. Since it's being a bit of a pain, I will.
Don't worry too much about the Skype thing. I'm coming on the roll 20 momentarily, so keep your flow going.
Okay.
I'll be on momentarily.
As they basically sea of those creatures, like falling from windows into the mass on the ground that's going across the ground. Some's coming up from the ground. The ground underneath you, the street underneath you, is in fact beginning to buckle as you guys see at some spots tiny bits of claw like poking out as if the creatures are trying to scrape through the street material with varying degrees of success. With that, while this is not a part of a separate sequence, is there a particular way you guys would like to handle the situation? They're not so much causing harm to you as the materials around you to escape what to them probably sounded like this great calamity from a building collapsing. So your terrain is being eroded and damaged by their emergency traversal.
It's called jetpacks, baby. Jetpacks fix everything.
Not sure how I want to go jetpacking through an avalanche.
I mean, the answer is a bit above it.
You know what? You know what I really should have had if they had a GIF of it. The plague thing.
Yeah, Plague's Tale. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take a page from Plague's Tale. I'm going to have Mini Reset activate the Sonic Dissuasion Field
Oh, it's equipped with that.
to give me that little circle of protection against getting run over by rats.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to use the power armor to jetpack above them.
Anybody who's not feeling confident can stick close to me because you got the Sonic Protection helmets.
You know what? Sure, I'll do that instead. It saves jetpack charges.
So what are you needing? Basically like a very loud, high-pitched feedback noise, essentially?
Mini Reset is equipped with that Sonic attack thing those little TIE Fighter looking security drones had. So he's using that to keep the animals away from us, therefore they're not going to fuck up the terrain we're trying to cross.
I believe that was a 5 to 10 meter bubble.
I think it was 10, yeah, I can double check.
Because if it's 10, that'll encompass you guys.
Yeah, so if you're not feeling confident, stick close enough to be in the field. If you want to do your own thing, that's cool too.
I will simply stick with Crow because
5.
brain
Okay,
is
that's still enough. You guys
fried, and I only have to start shutting down because I can't get moving on.
Oh, you're shutting down? Are you talking about in game or?
Oh no! No! I'm just saying that I am not thinking as much.
His brain is currently turned off. He's in
Gotcha.
power
Okay, that's
saving
fine.
mode.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, you guys. Depending on which one you went to, depended on the adventure type that you guys would be encountering. So, this one's probably the better one for people with slowing down brains.
Yep.
Okay, with the dissuasion field active, and Dimitri, you said you're also going to stick close?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick close because
Okay.
it's HP jetpack charges.
In that case, there will be a bit of a visible bubble, not so much from the sound itself, but that some of the creatures caught in it will be moving around the perimeter of it or scurrying away from it to get just past the boundary. The buildings ahead but nearest to you will collapse in a arguably more controlled fashion. Just being rubble in their own respective areas, and the street ahead will be filled with holes leading to what likely was the sewer system. However, your 5-meter patch is relatively unscathed with the dissuasion field active.
Yeah.
Again, I'll comment. Well, aside from there being so many of them, I actually like to grab them and put cameras on them.
First birds, now rats.
Well, the First Order is thinking about detecting droids all the time. Why not use them?
Well, if you like, when we're done here, we can send you and the team can come out and try to round some up for trying that out.
Birkin will shake his head. They said to me they'd be more useful for marksmanship training.
I don't know. They seem too big for that. Too easy.
Not if you're targeting specific ones in the mass. He also looks a bit disinterested, more glad that that the swarm is over there now.
Yep. Up the mountain we go.
Okay. Continuing through the terrain. Let's see, just kind of booking it through, occasionally going over here, over there to different streets, or in some cases cutting through more intact destroyed buildings, since you don't have to follow the street design.
What? We don't have to obey the road signs in the apocalypse?
Actually, let me check this right quick. Okay. As more time passes and you get further, it does begin to rain. Because yes, I still have weather for over a year of game time.
Oh no, not rain. Whatever shall we do?
The rain will make things a little bit more slippery unless you have excessive traction.
Standard issue climbing gloves and boots.
Okay.
Built into the armor.
Excessive traction, gotcha.
You never know what you're going to step in Zenti, so you need to make sure you have all the traction.
I know, right?
As we have stated, it's a hellhole kind of. It is a very dangerous place. One does not simply walk around in Zen.
I know, right? As you guys continue on through, you'll see that some of the buildings with the rain have kind of impromptu little waterfalls here and there going on with the rain picking up. You guys will also notice the overgrowth beginning to shift. Could I get a planetary systems roll from both? Well, actually, from all of you, since from all of you. Yep.
Wait, which roll? Planetary systems?
Planetary systems.
Cool, 2 dice. Unless
Would Scholar Zenti be part of this, or just specific?
You can also roll Scholar Zenti instead, since you have something a bit more specific.
13.
Okay.
Also 13.
13 for you, okay, but you have that very specifically, so that'll affect that. And whenever the Crowmander comes back... I'll have him roll as well.
What do you need?
A planetary systems roll, unless you have something like something like Rory, in which case you could roll something like you rolled Scholars into.
I got something you know about Zenti. Yeah, just 10 planetary systems. Well, knowledge specifically.
Okay. Okay, 10. Okay. Two people won't be able to notice the distinction. Rory, however, will. The overgrowth within the ruined cities themselves, at least in this part, appears to be reacting oddly to the rain, as compared to the sedate plant life. You, Rory, are figuring that the overgrowth here is the defense by carnivorous evolution kind.
So man-eating plants. Got it.
Would that be a fair summation? Flesh-eating plants?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you keeping that to yourself, or are you sharing it?
Oh no, I am definitely sharing that.
Okay.
Because I don't think we've seen those since way back when we got Quinlan.
Oh yeah, totally even comment. Oh yeah, we haven't seen those in a while. It's the flesh-eating plants.
Fun.
With that being announced, just directly after, even if someone tries to speak up, they would be speaking through this inhuman startled sound, like a loud inhuman shriek, as through one of the nearby buildings, coming out through a window is a creature that looks like this, with a thorny vine having shot through and partially around it.
Rufus.
Okay, when do we get the fallout?
That isn't a mole rat. It has a tail.
Well, I know it's not a mole rat, but you can't tell me it doesn't look like a mole rat.
The overgrowth around becomes alive, agitated by, well, the rain, and marvel more specifically what debris the rain is moving with it. As it kind of, surges through the area. More of those very fleshy creatures burst out of previously resting debris that would have been concealing their presence even from the motion sensors, because they were kind of burrowed there under the under the debris. But now with this disruption, they're just shooting out. Some trying to flee, others clawing at the thorny vines. Some are being grabbed and pulled in either through windows. Some create holes in walls as the overgrowth is coming through a sizable crack for the vine and is pulling through a larger creature. So a section of the wall just collapse. With those running rules from earlier, Rory, you are able to outrun the initial surging of vines in the immediate area.
It is at this point, out of character, I will turn to Eric and be like, "Brother, get the flamer. The heavy flamer." But
okay. Crow, since I see that very unfortunate roll there for the second stage.
Okay, this is only stage 2?
Yeah, this is stage 2.
Yeah.
Crow, Quinlan, and Dimitri, because I see that's 26 there. You'll have the vines wrap around your arm, or some crumple as they try to spear you, but it just hits the metal. But others are, of course, able to wrap around. I see there's a 1 and 6 for you.
For both me and Quinlan.
You and okay.
That's going to be fun for the vines.
Yeah, I was like, they grabbed Quinlan and they grabbed the guy wearing the stun cloak.
Okay. Okay.
Look at them, they avoided the stun cloak.
Both, there's multiple things on you, but, certainly, they're different, but, your left leg and Quinlan's one of his four legs, is wrenched in an uncomfortable direction, until you receive some level of medical attention. You're going to be at a 1D penalty for things like running and other things that require you to use your leg. You also can only move at times 2 instead of up to times 4.
You say that, but as my leg gets wrenched, the ankle of my boot gets filled with this weird gel-like substance to stabilize my leg because of my built-in hard-tech combat med suit thing.
Okay.
Because you say it requires medical attention, I'm pretty sure that
yeah. Okay, that sounds pretty. Yeah. Okay.
So my foot's now stuck in jello, but
there you go. At least it's not, wrenched.
Because I imagine that's how I do like a impromptu splint for a body glove, just floods the boot.
Yeah, floods it with some sort of semi-hardening thing. Yeah. The more fleshy-looking creatures are also seemingly in a free-for-all as they are attempting to attack you guys as well. However, they're more acting as an impediment to avoid the vines and actually being
A
being a serious threat. Okay, so again, that is Quinlan, Crow, and Dimitri that have been
Yep.
wrapped in the vines. And for fairness' sake, I will roll for the other folks as well. Because the NPCs shouldn't be immune immune to this. So let's take a gander.
Well, Quinlan should be fine because he's got the automatic vibroblades that'll just pop up and start chopping.
Okay. For your stun cloak, could you roll me the stun damage, please?
So I heard again is with us. Who's this other person? Oh, is it the Mandalorian you say?
There's the Mandalorian, there's Yasna, the Sotal Hunter, and then Gin.
Yeah, Gin is the female hunter from Cathim.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the other one was, I think, her name's Yasna, the Sotal Hunter.
Yeah.
22.
She's the nothing.
She's this one.
Oh.
She's the captain of the Soul that I beat within, what was it, 6 seconds?
Yes. Well, also you're a main character. But yes, okay. So she's the commando versus the spot. Got it.
Yeah. The one we thought might have useful mountaineering skills.
Yep.
Yeah, 22 stun.
Okay. 3 of the 8 vines on you go limp, making whatever you use as an escape attempt a bit easier.
Good.
Okay, do you actually not have... You have lots of things that make you hit good, which makes sense considering what you are. You have good jungle skills, but not that. Okay. Oh shit. Again, being Master Huntress of Zenti, will basically be like almost preemptively moving to avoid the plant life to get to the same safe zone that Rory's in. Yasa and Birkin, however, are also ensnared. In Birkin's case, he was prevented from toggling something on his armor by a group of the more fleshy beings, essentially hitting him through movement and being flung by defensively by some of the vines. Yasna instinctually goes to hit this danger with her I believe it is, there we go. There we go. With her heavy staff. Unfortunately, staff versus flexible vines is not super effective, so it's able to ensnare her as well. Okay, I will be starting with the people who are not ensnared by things. So, Rory, what would you like to do from your safe area, from your little safe area, which I will say is a zone of old upturned vehicles.
Okay. Knowing. So, hypothetically, Rory knows these things. You know what? Rory will kind of take a guess at some stuff, and we'll at least start trying to shoot at the vines that hold people's hands, or if there are anything on like. Are most people are their legs or their arms? I'm just curious.
There's many vines here, so torso, legs, arms. For those with lower rolls, which unfortunately seems to be everyone but Dimitri. It includes their heads because they're like tugging and pulling and such.
Okay, I think I know how to simplify it. Rory at least will be shooting at the vines where it seems to be they're holding people's extremities, like their arms and legs, because that way they can at least react to torso and head.
Okay.
That way they can grab blasters and stuff like that.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do then. To represent you, kind of shooting at them. Map will count for this, but you can roll to hit the vines against a difficulty, and just as an example, say you shoot 4 times, you can tell me if you're all focusing it on like the vines holding a particular person, or if you want to spread them out. And for every action that you're able to successfully, utilize this with, it will give them a bonus die to escape as you're shooting the vines that are grappling the limbs of the respective person.
So yeah, so everybody got caught. Oh boy.
Yep, everyone begin.
Everybody begin. Does Gin have a particular plan that she was gonna go with?
I am so glad you asked.
Because if not, he'll suggest splitting up the fire essentially, unless she has a plan.
There'll be a smirk on her face. It'll take him a moment, but if I'm remembering these particular plans correctly, if I can get up to there, and she'll point to one of the buildings, and add this solution to the water, it should sufficiently shall we say distract any plants that the water that the water makes contact with in that building.
Okay.
She'll be taking out some supplies and be creating a concoction.
Okay, you do that. I'll see about getting people at least loosened up a little. You know what? I don't get too opportunity to use this too often. But David, if I use stream fire mode, would that affect anything at all? Or do anything special, I think is the word I'm looking for. Sorry. Besides the damage, it's the one hit.
I'll increase the dice bonus from 1d per action to 1d plus 2 per action if you're using stream mode.
Okay. Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna have to do that for one, because I want to give at least everybody that little bit of bonus. So Rory will flick the mode from sync from that to burst to auto and to streamfire and say sweeping the deck and just let it out. So yeah, I guess that's 5 actions.
If you're willing to give it to, I think you're willing to give like 1 bonus to each person. So that's Crow, Quinlan, Dimitri, Yasna, and
Gotcha.
Duncan. So that's 5.
Yep. And that's including map, or
Yeah, it would count as map. If you multiple action penalty does apply to this.
Okay. Oh.
So everyone's caught by plants except for me.
Oh no,
You got caught too.
You were caught too.
Everyone but Greg.
But Greg and Gin.
Now,
Actually, you know what? I may have a simpler solution. Would a frag simplify things, David?
I would have a fragmentation grenade give a flat 2 die bonus to the group.
she's fired.
Yeah, I'll just throw a grenade and a good distance from them to the cluster. Make things simple.
Okay. For every extra grenade you use, it'll be plus a single d6 on top of that initial 2.
Okay, I'll just toss 1 for the moment.
Okay.
Because don't want to fuck it up. So yep, 5.
Yeah, plus 2d6 to all.
To whatever escape attempt method you guys are wanting to utilize.
Okay, that's going to be 18.
18. Okay, that is within the difficulty range I was thinking of to be effective. So, lob, ching ching, as the fragmentation grenade goes off, hitting kind of lower areas of vines, some going in, some being ricocheting off into the buildings, hitting other areas of vines you can't necessarily see, or perhaps the core plant where this is coming from. In whatever the case, it is disrupting the network of vines that are holding the various peoples. Okay, Crow, what are you wanting to do as an escape attempt?
Okay, so Crow is toggling the thing on his armor that springs the fan blades out of the bracers to try and cut the ones around his midsection. At the same time, he's using the cutting blasters in the fan blades to try and cut his way free.
Okay.
While I'm doing that, Quinlan's using his claws and the droid arms with the vibroblades on them, and his jetpack coming out, and he's trying to cut himself free via a combination of those.
Okay. Oh wow, well that's not different enough to do. Okay. For your damages, you can add plus 2d. So the autocutter's damage is so freaking high. I don't even sure.
Plus 8.
Freaking buzzsaws.
Yeah, look at that die roll, man. That is insane. It's like almost nothing but 6s. Yeah, the claws don't have a list of damage, so I don't know how they.
Oh, his claws?
Yeah, because they're the climbing claws. You didn't give them actual damage for using them in melee.
Oh, it would be strength. These are more designed for, for climbing. Actually, no, I believe the Wookiee claws also give it for damage. So
yeah.
you can.
Well, you just gave him a climbing bonus. You didn't give me a damage bonus.
Okay.
Damage.
Should I do the right? Yeah. It's 8.
Oh, I forgot the extra 2d. So still plus 8.
Okay. Okay. Clearly the strength of these plants is its quantity of vines, not that their vines are made out of frick or anything. So you are able to like slash, and some will come in to try to get these. You slash those, and with all this plant matter like falling around you, you're able to escape. Okay, I don't know why I did that. Able to escape that Quinlan's weed whacker mode, as you're able to through.
We just set him to Grievous.
Through them, making a pitched wincing noise as he lands on the strained leg. Okay, Dimitri, what are you wanting to do for becoming unbound?
Eric?
Bueller?
Here we go. How are you escaping?
Flamethrowers and jetpacks, baby.
Aren't you glad I installed that?
I've always been one for wanting a flamethrower. I don't know what I need to roll for this though.
The flamethrower is its own skill, or is it under missile weapons?
I don't honestly know.
That's the wrist-mounted flamethrower.
If it's wrist-mounted, then it would be your
well, it's not part. It's the equipment wrist-mounted flamethrower. It's not actually built into the. 1 second, I'll look it up.
I just know what its damage is.
I think it's the flamethrower skill, which would be under.
I just know that the included weapons are missile launchers, more missile launchers, and a flamethrower.
Yep.
Damn.
The missile launchers are missile weapons, as I recall.
So would it be under the equipment, the weapons stat book, or equipment stat?
It's in the weapons book. I've got it here. Wrist-mounted flamethrower uses the flamethrower skill.
Which is what, just Dex?
Yeah, that'd be Dex.
+1 for Tandy.
Tandy does not have flamethrower.
Come on, Tandy. Oh well. So yeah, I'll just be using the flamethrower and the power armor to just power my way through it.
Okay.
But yeah, I've had to learn the new stuff.
Yeah.
For that.
You said learn the new stuff.
I was looking at weapon stat equipment for if we ever ran that Crucible campaign. Because I'm like, oh, what kind of thing would I buy and all that? I'm like, oh yeah, that does this nice. Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll find out if we're running it. The vote for that goes up tonight.
Oh.
I just want Robotech at this point.
That's Saturday.
Yeah, that's a special.
I say Robotech is Saturday's game.
I just want more Robotech.
Okay. Okay. Yasna will be taking her staff, and the other thing of hitting and wrapping it around and using it as a force multiplier for twisting and breaking vines. Unfortunately, the modification to her staff, since it is a techno staff, does not apply to plants. For those who remember, she has ion emitters built into her staff.
What? You can't ionize the plants?
How dare.
Would I still roll power armor for my lifting? I'm basically carrying my way out. Or would it be lifting?
It would be your lifting skill, and if you have servo motors that increase your strength for the purposes of lifting, that would factor in.
The difference is one dice.
The stat block should tell you if it enhances lifting.
It does.
Yeah, so you'd roll the lifting skill.
It's 2D to all strength rolls.
Yeah, so yeah, you roll the lifting skill and add 2D.
So cool. It's literally the same thing, but I get an extra 1 to it. Works for me. Okay, my dice are being weird. Oh, I'll take it. There you go. I'm basically just burning my way out and using power armor to be power armor. The jungle can't hold me back, baby. But yeah, I'm also burning it with fire.
Flammenwerfer. It werfens Flammen.
Okay. The vines appear to be retardant to your flame, but not your powered armor enhanced muscles.
Good, congratulations, you successfully cast Fist.
As you're able to tear away from it some of the vines hanging off of you as they break, and this kind of green tinted clear fluid, comes off of the break points. The vines that you just tear away, the remaining parts of them that are connected to the main form, just flail for a moment and reel back into the wall crevices or under and into the street, depending on the particular vine that got you. You're able to make it to the ground. Birkin is momentarily surrounded by a steam fog as you notice his armor glows red hot.
Neat.
Less so damaging the vines and more so encouraging them not to hang on. Excuse me. Again, at this point, I know it's been a while. Does she actually have Maquis armor?
Yeah, she had the Pathfinder armor.
Okay. She'll jet up to the right building, introducing some form of concoction into the rainborn water flow. As a number of the vines from that general direction that are coming out of the building will jerk, spasm, and then fall to the ground, slowly retracting, to allegedly to protect whatever the main body of this plant actually is. Birkenal. This planet. It actually really would be good for some neophytes.
Mm-hmm. I've learned a lot from here.
Well, you. Birkin points to you, Rory. Should we be expecting any other surprises like this from this jungle?
He'll look at Gan. I'm assuming Gid looks at him.
Yeah.
And I'm just expecting that they both kind of laugh. They're like, oh, we would be here a while if we had to prepare you for everything. Some of it, because a lot of it is myth, because some of it is myth, some of it is actual. I haven't even come across all of the stuff here on Zenti.
Give it time. We've tripped over enough of y'all's myths.
Yeah, fair enough. But I think the one thing to take away from Zenti and all of her wildlife, never assume what you're seeing is what it is. Or better phrase, don't believe what it is at first glance.
Understood. Okay.
We're gonna get to the fortress just in time to call it.
Yeah, well, we had that massive
Yeah.
delay in the
Yeah.
beginning.
It was a productive session.
Yeah.
We got the travel portion done.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting to have happen for this session.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's mostly RP, get the travel stuff done.
Oh, I mean,
Which is usually what happens with a bridge session is we explain what we're doing with the time skip, we get some traveling done, and then we're ready for whatever the next thing is next session.
yeah, and I believe we had like what, about an hour of not
We had a 2 hour lull.
a 2 hour lull.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, again, apologies about earlier hours. Doing errands and, oh boy, getting back
No,
to
don't be sorry.
Yeah,
getting back
you're good.
working back at Chick-fil-A has been interesting and all wonderful stuff.
You're fine, yeah. Matt didn't show up either, so you're good.
Yeah,
I mean, he was here for a little bit.
Well, I mean, he didn't show up till around 8 either, so...
Okay, your roll was
Yeah.
that for that. Okay, I was trying to remember Rory's roll.
Yeah.
For the next one, 21.
21. Okay, because I've been. There we go. No. There we go. Okay. Okay, 24. Okay. As you guys tally forth, you'll occasionally see more of those rat things. They appear to be scurrying from various dwellings to some area in the east. They're not so much of a threat as being annoying with your footing, because they just kind of carpet on through and you guys have to not stumble, which you're not stumbling. A good 30 minutes pass. As you see something unusual in the distance, this bank of just steam rising up.
We've got a hot spring.
Just billowing up. You'll find as you get closer that it's a that it is a part of a still active emergency generator that is damaged and has been and is in contact with a vehicle that has caused the vehicle to somewhat become a partial pool of metal, hot enough to evaporate any water that hits it. Though, Dimitri, you'll notice this first due to your enhanced senses, followed up fairly immediately by anyone who has generic centropods or such, which I believe is you at this point because that's not standard issue.
It's standard Mando issue, but it's not standard team issue because we haven't figured out where they come from to install them on the armor.
Yeah. Okay. The the last reinforcement everyone else doesn't have these forms of augmentation, is the pull of metal, which you will which it seems to be unusual in that there seems to be a slight, not quite slight churning or movement to it. Rory, you will notice that that pieces of metal, in some cases wire, are in contact with this damage generator to conduct the energy. There's signs that some of the material that has been used to conduct the energy has not been able to handle the energy and have just completely melted. While some parts look like it's been added later that do properly conduct, it seems a bit haphazard. Dimitri, due to your, I believe your survival skill is fairly excessive.
I think it was only like 5D.
Only 5D. Okay, I will need a survival roll from you then, and anyone else can really do this as well. Just to note a thing or a possibility.
You need to roll a survival roll again?
Yep. Another survival roll for whatever we just encountered.
Yep. This is more of a, because with how this is done, this strikes you more of a survival thing. I suppose investigation could work too.
Can I do survival jungle?
I'm sorry, what? Survival what?
Jungle.
You're in an urban environment. Well, you're in a partially urban environment. What's being used is urban material. What's being used right now is urban material. So no, if it was not using the urban material, I'd say jungle.
It's like we've been hiking. There's man-eating plants in the ruins of a city that we've been hiking through on a mountain.
Yep, that's quite a combination.
I hate to say this, but there could be jungles on mountains.
Oh, and there is. I mean, remember you met Birkin, which is the map we're currently on, in a jungle area that clearly has mountainous terrain as a part of it.
He's just not counting this particular check as part of the jungle.
24.
Yeah. 24. Okay. The haphazard nature of how the material is laid out would imply to you that it is a rudimentary intelligence involved. Nothing particularly smart.
It's sapient plants, boys. Sapient plants. Burn the jungle down.
The generator that's the material that's conducting the generator's energy is going to other lesser heat resilient materials. So basically, you're noticing that there's multiple puddles of this molten metal. As you get closer and begin to pass, coming out of the molten metal are these creatures.
We have dragons? I guess they're closer to salamanders.
They are land drakes.
And begin. Sorry, go on.
As Crow, I'm imagining Crow actually does say that, for whatever reason. It's like turn the bird to be like, "Welcome to Zenti."
Yeah, I think freaking Anguirus coming out there is enough for Crow to break character for a minute and go, the fuck?
Because they come out of the molten material.
You know what? I might be from a completely different place that no one actually properly understands. But the fuck is that thing?
This coming from a people who literally have, again, a literal creator god.
That moment where Crow's like, we should have brought the Vic.
I'm sorry, we all have jetpacks here. We can just fly away from this. Come back with bombardments.
Since all these roads were running with
the Mandalorians alive, right?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them. For all I know, we can reason with them and get them to flip.
Anyways.
Since all these were running rolls versus, say, survival rolls as the primary thing, you guys keep booking it. Multiples of these things just come out and begin chasing you. And some of them begin projecting this clearly incredibly hot material, kind of flying around. it'll miss. It'll mainly miss because you guys' speed is great, and you have like intelligent evasion tactics with your running. Like you can zigzag. As it hits things around you, melting some of the duracrete that it comes in contact with. Some of the overgrowth that it hits will immediately recoil as it takes some of the molten substance with it. Unfortunately, continuing on, as this cluster of about 16-ish things just are following you. You will notice after a good 15 minutes of it following you, they will suddenly it will suddenly break off, and Dimitri and any hunter in the group will recognize it as animalistic fear. As looking ahead, you will see the glow that is glowing a bit more diffusely thanks to the rain, of a energy fence perimeter that's been set up, and you will see one of these creatures, of course they're not glowing, with 3/4 of their body through it. It's now no longer moving.
Well, if it's one thing I've learned, is that if you have fences and giant reptile creatures, we just have to look to the edge of the frame, because that's where the fence will stop.
These energy fences are 17 feet high.
And the fact that the creature got halfway through the fence before dying is a little concerning.
3/4.
Oh, that's even worse. Okay, so
You inadvertently created one of the most dangerous planets in all of Star Wars.
I love this place.
okay, so obviously we need to get past the fence, but the fence also tells us we've finally gotten here because we saw the fence was in the list of materials the guy showed us.
Yeah, this is the perimeter. This is the perimeter fence. So beyond you can't see the structure from where you are. So it's probably like
a ways,
a little bit out.
Yeah, the fence is probably a little bit out. But now we need to figure out how to get past the fence without alerting them to the fact that we're here.
Yeah, you will see that that a part of the fence and slightly behind the fence. It looks like there's a motion tracker system set up.
Say motion trackers. We know shit flies around here, so they probably have something that would probably make jetpacking a bad idea. At least I'd like to think. I'd like to think Mandalorians have bothered to put anti-air defenses, considering we do air shit.
I would need a perception or a search roll or some other roll to discerningly look beyond the distortion of the energy fence to see if you can, or around to see if you can see anything that would be anti-air.
Well, you heard them, man. Scout us out.
While that is being done, David, if I may, would it be possible for Rory to kind of mentally go over ways of subverting the motion sensors and the fence? By using that technical role of being like, okay, these are their parameters, maybe we can get around them through this way? Would that be possible?
Well, certainly both of these things are equipment, and you have equipment repair and the general engineering skill. So yes, you can roll equipment repair with your engineering bonus.
Oh boy. That's probably the best thing I ever bought skill-wise. The engineering.
Yeah, engineering skills are great for players who want to really be like, I want to make shit and fix shit. and modify stuff.
And it has become a very important card game. Like, of just the basic one. It's like, yes, hi, I'd like to know everything. Does it create power? Yes? Okay, I want to know about it.
While he's making that roll, not that your character would necessarily know unless you make the requisite rolls. This is so tangential. But I bet you picked up on the idea that those kind of creatures wouldn't typically be in this kind of environment.
Mm.
They actually arrived shortly after the original bombardment, when everything was originally
Really
rather hot from the bombardment.
Which means there's probably a lot more of them crawling around now that they've got the orbital sentry mines bombarding the planet randomly.
It's bombarding known Maquis facilities.
Oh, okay, they are specifically keeping them targeted to Maquis facilities.
Yeah, they're just constantly keeping the shields under strain. I mean, it's clear. Unless the person was a complete fool, they must have known that the range and everything, and energy output and everything wouldn't be enough to penetrate your shields, but it would be enough to not have your shields just be idle.
Yeah, I imagine they're trying to burn resources by making us swap out parts constantly.
David, I'm so sorry.
Holy crap!
Nope, sorry, Greg's not high enough. Had to at least break 60. I know the chart only goes to 30, but...
Okay. I'm still going to wait for Dimitri's roll since he was looking around.
Of course, of course.
Well, okay. I already have in my head the stuff in my head.
Looks over to Perkins like, yeah, that's why I brought them.
So you want me to scout things out? Right?
Yeah, you need to make a search roll.
Yeah, to do things like look through the field and look around your area to see if what kind of defenses are on this side and whatnot.
7, 8. I get
So
access bonus
I thought you
from
caught
candy. Can I assume that I can also use my binoculars for this?
Your macro binoculars.
If he's surveying the
Given the nature of what's going on, yeah.
I'd say you're surveying most of the mountainside, yeah.
Cool, cool. Let's see, that's going to be 9 dice. I'll start with 2. I need 11 dice.
Don't forget Tandy.
3, 6, 9. It already includes Tandy.
Yep.
That's 10. Give me one more d6. There you go.
Okay. Some of the buildings on your side. You will notice rigged into the debris. Excuse me. Are I don't want to phrase this. Small repulsor rail cannons that essentially take the surrounding debris and go boom, boom, boom. Right now they're kind of in a standby mode because obviously the sensors haven't detected anything. It's on your side though because it clearly needed to utilize the massive amount of debris, and what faintly is left of municipal power.
I'm sorry, I'm just remembering back at the beginning of the second gen Zorn. There's no railguns in Star Wars.
There's railguns in Star Wars. There's the Verpin and Shatterguns.
Well, yeah, but that wasn't ship yeah.
This is specifically for ship grade railguns, and now he's got And I said, yeah, but what about we have repulsorless? You told me you can't use repulsorless railguns. He's like, fuck. Now, a couple years later, Now you got repulsor lift railguns around the perimeter.
I just fuck. You're right.
Yeah, there are railguns.
Yeah. The
you-
movies aren't canon. Anyway, sorry.
that line. That line.
Oh,
With,
that's cute.
Look.
They rolled the same thing.
you will also notice that camouflage on the other side of the field fence are excuse me, what appear to be a combination of rail systems, but less so, and more repeaters rigged. It's like partially hidden in the terrain. Excuse me. With that, oh wow! With that roll of 54, you will also notice the telltale signs of things. Excuse me. Of things that were recently buried, likely likely a backup defense system in case the field fails. Judging by what you can see, you're guessing like concussion mines, something that is more to alert people in the distance than than straight up kill anyone. I mean, it would knock you around a bit, and maybe you'll break your arm. But the primary purpose would seem to be like a more of an early alert system in case, again, like the motion sensors fail and the fence fails.
So how do we get past that without letting everybody in China know we're here?
I'm so glad you asked. Excuse me, I'm so glad you asked that.
We just so you know, I do actually have to get going because I have a very early wake up call.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock, yeah.
Okay. In that case, then, I will just summarize it as Rory has figured an ingenious way to salvage some of the surrounding equipment and using some of y'all's own equipment to create a device that will simultaneously surge the fences, creating a gap, and momentarily disable the motion sensors.
So we have a laser fence, and Rory, has figured out a way to make laser bolt cutters.
Against these fences, yes.
Cool. I guess we'll figure out how that goes next time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Alright, like I said, I need to keep going.
Yep.
Catch y'all later.
Yeah, good night, man.
Right.
We'll catch you later.
Don't die, David. Drink some water.
I'm putting the poll up tonight, so whenever you get a chance, take a look.
Alright, good night.
Yep, good night.
everyone. Alright.